Alright lads, we got Go Faster Red on our war wagon because it's better for crumping humies. Also, I don't have very many options and I'm wait, customize vehicle. No, don't have the option to customize the vehicle. That's fine. This is Assetto Corsa EVO. We're going to give it a try. Let's just go. So right now we're in practice mode, mount panorama, GP, static, broken clouds, assists, none currently. So let's start the session. I told you this wasn't a satisfactory channel. So this game just came out. Lots of hype. Assetto Corsa is basically a household name in sim racing at this point. Just check that we are still recording. All right, yep, we've set up the cameras and everything already. Okay, so... Really? Let's restart the game. Oh dear. Well, these are teething issues. Oh, and we're back to the S2000, which I can't currently drive for reasons of feet. I can never remember Mazda with an M. Oh god, it's the most generic badge. It's so hard to see. I don't know if anyone else has this problem. Go faster, Red. He's back. Alrighty, let's just go. Now, yes, we do have steering. All right, let's just talk and drive. It's fine. Oh. So yeah, you know Assetto Corsa. If you're into sim racing at all, you know Assetto Corsa. It's a household name. They've got like one of the best simulations in the business in terms of like tire model, and you know them and you trust them probably. They've been around for over a decade at this point, and they've got a pretty good like track record in terms of supporting their game and so on. And this game, I would have been, I would have been happy to see a new Assetto Corsa coming out. But what got me hyped about it is the open world stuff, which is not part of this early access just yet. I'm not driving this car terribly well. I'm just getting it going. That's not part of the early access yet. In fact, what it is, they tell you it's 20 cars with a couple of different variants, but basically just 20 basic cars, and 5 tracks, and that's it. And so basically what this is at the moment is just a stripped down version of plain Assetto Corsa. It's not much more. Apparently there's some more like gamified stuff going on, but all I've got right now is 5 tracks, a couple of cars, and just, a carpation. It's been a while since I've driven. There's reasons for that. But yeah, I think, so basically the story at the moment is lower your expectations, right? The early access, they told you what was going to be in it. It was very, very limited. I understand there was some drama with like some online stuff recently, like with only online, and people couldn't play and the servers were crapping out, and they released a hot fix to fix that so you could just play offline with all the cars available, which is really, really good. And that's the state that I found the game in, because I slept through all of that, because I'm an Aussie. So, I don't know, I'm fine with it right now. The game is really good. I'm running on I have a 20 Newton meter SW20 V3, what's it called? Direct drive steering wheel, and some pedals and shifter and so on that I cobbled together from some old Logitech stuff. And from what I can tell, without fiddling with I haven't fiddled with the force feedback at all. I tend not to do that sort of stuff. I don't know how people tune force feedback. Like, how can you tell when it's right? I don't know. But I haven't fiddled with it myself. I usually turn effects off, but I've left it alone. I've just turned down the gain so that my wheel is, not ripping my arms off, which is what would happen if I've got it down at 30% right now, and it feels pretty strong. It feels pretty, like, realistic. It might even be too strong. But so far, force feedback feels really good. It's got lots of feedback. We're actually doing our first proper lap. We're not on the out lap anymore, so we'll see how it goes. See if I can keep it on the road. But yeah, it feels great. It feels very informative, very just... I don't know, it just feels good to drive at the moment. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit better. Some warmer tires. Get you some warmer tires. I think I can flat through here. Not sure about here though. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to be brave though, because that hill. Yeah, and of course, I've done a little bit of testing to get the game working, but other than that, you're pretty much seeing my first couple laps in the game. And yeah, it feels good. It feels like a driving sim. I haven't been doing driving sims. I'm big into driving sims. I haven't been doing them lately because I absolutely fucked my ankle about 2 months ago and I haven't been able to use the pedals. And I can use them now, but I can't heel toe. I can do it, but I do it like a couple of times and then my ankle's like, no thank you, I'm done with that. That was not a great corner, but I made it around. Yeah, so right now we're driving only sequential. There doesn't seem to be an option in the game yet to drive H-pattern cars with a sequential setup, which is a bit of an accessibility thing actually. Because, you know, some people like me just literally can't use an H-pattern. That'd be nice if I could drive the cars that I like that have H-patterns. Anyway, so yeah, you will only see me driving sequentials, which I think means I'm stuck with like Porsches and Ferraris and this thing. I don't know actually, maybe not. I haven't checked them all. I've literally driven 2 cars because I didn't want to spoil myself too much. I just wanted to be able to like react to the game as it was. This might be my first lap in this game without going off track and invalidating the laps. That's nice. I have absolutely no idea what my braking points are just yet. I'm basically just grabbing 100 meter and just calling it a day. And what was that? 2:35, best lap. Okay, well that's fun. So yeah, I'm from Sydney. Of course I got to go to my local. Okay, well anyway, let's just do some doughies. That's not some doughies. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so the doughies work. Yeah, I'm not an expert, and I'm not terribly... Oh, those are some red-looking tires, aren't they? Anyway, I'm not an expert in this. Let's try to a different car and a different track. So what are we going to do? So yeah, we got Brands Hatch, Imola, Laguna Seca, Mount Panorama, and Suzuka. I don't know Suzuka very well. I know Laguna Seca pretty well. This is from like original Gran Turismo days, as I know these. And I think we're going to grab a cheeky little Porsche. Porsche? Yeah, because Germans, they sound Russian, right? They're all the same. I think these 9.51, those are like performance level numbers. I'll be naughty. I'll drive something without any assists. And I guess it'll have... Well, some red's better than none, innit? And we'll go back. That is a pretty looking car. It's also a nice little, like, this was an add-on in the original Assetto Corsa. Being able to do, like, actually look at a car in a showroom and move it around and do cool stuff. Like, actually, I'll just go, hang on, vehicles, garage. We can look at the scene options. I don't know if we can, like, take it somewhere else just yet. I haven't tried that. Car controls, we can, like, put on the hazard lights. Light flashes. Rain? That's not really a car control, but anyway. Brake, I think that, yeah, that's just brake lights. Oh, they do look nice though, don't they? Reverse lights. Pit limiter. Oh, that's a pit limiter light. Okay, I didn't know that. Main light. So we've got different levels of light. You've actually got like, looks like you got like 10 different buttons for different lighting levels. And all these incredible numbers of buttons. Like you could, I think you could outfit like a full fighter pilot cockpit with these things. Oh, left and right doors. What's that? Is that literally just showing you what's happening? Okay, I'm pressing brake and accelerator and so on. Oh wait, but look, if I click on brake, I don't know. And then we can do things. So we can mess with the car basically. Doo-ba-doo. We can change the steering angle. I want to see what happens. Ah, the steering wheel does 720 wheel, that one in the Porsche, I believe. Just it is a much more polished experience than the original Assetto Corsa so far. Let's get started. That's got to be a sequential car, right? Like there's got to be. It's like a GT3. It is, yeah. That's sequential. Of course it is. If it's not, I'm going to throw something. Yep. Okay, so we gotta get this working. View settings. So every single car, you've got to adjust. We're gonna move it in, adjust the pitch, move it in. I think I might reduce the height a little bit. This is really weird because I've got a round wheel in front of me. That's a bit better. Okay, apply. Just have to accept that I can't really see much of the steering wheel, but you can see the steering wheel. And part of the point of that, wouldn't necessarily have that on if I was playing, but part of the point of that is that then you can see my inputs, right? So this thing's interesting. Dashboard display in HUD. So I go on and I apply and I go back. Okay. And then we get this. So, oh, okay. So I can use this dashboard. Oh, that's neat. I mean, it'd be nice if I could like snap it to something. Can I? I don't like that I've messed up the defaults, to be honest with you. Not that it matters that much. Can we change the size of things? I think this might be for like, if you have an extra screen, you can drop this onto the extra screen, and that's how that would work. Oh, we have immediately stalled it. Congratulations. Yeah, I can't remember anything about, I'm absolutely bonesing this. I'm gonna get a less powerful car, and maybe I shouldn't have gone cheeky with the no assists. Maybe that was silly. But yeah, these physics are pretty good, and having them on an open world just sounds amazing. Like I said, the Test Drive Unlimited series is the series that I really wanted to get that from. I never quite got it. The original Test Drive Unlimited had really good physics. Like, it was the first one I remember where if you stomped on the accelerator, it would spin the wheels and not just take off. I'd never had that before in... I'm trying to think, like maybe Toca Race Driver 3 did that, or something like that. But other than that, I'd never experienced that before. And that was really sort of an eye-opening thing, driving around that with my steering wheel. And it was really, really realistic, except the moment you hit a hill, the hill didn't not enough polygon. There was not enough polygon on hill for car drive nice. And so it would just bounce. And it was like, well, this... Like, you've got the physics good, guys, but you haven't actually got the world right. And then Test Drive Unlimited 2, obviously, like, I don't know how many years later, something like 10 years later, it had the technology to have enough polygons, but they just added a bunch of restrictions to how the cars would drive. Like, all these assists that you couldn't actually turn the assists all the way off and drive the cars like you would in real life. And it always just felt like you were being babied a little bit, and you just felt like you could never really find the limit, and I really didn't like that. But, you know, the game was still fun. Like, and then, of course, they had the microtransaction thing where they let you earn money in the story mode, and then after that, the grind became unbearable. And it's like, oh, so I'm never going to see all these cars unless I give you money, and I'm not going to do that. Let's grab this thing. We'll stick with Laguna Seca. All right, so this one is sequential. Forward, we're gonna go down. I'm just lining this up with my steering wheel in real life, basically. Yep, that looks okay. I have no idea when I'm allowed to go for it. Maybe past the orange lines? Yep, there we go. I think that might be telling me that traction control is stepping in when I do that. Which it would be nice if I had some crap traction control, actually. Maybe I should have done that with the Porsche. I'll try that again later. But yeah, game is early access, and it was never going to live up to the hype in terms of, like, if people are expecting, you know, Test Drive Unlimited 2, but with Assetto Corsa physics, like, right off the bat, well, that wasn't on the box. You knew you weren't going to get that. I'm just mashing the pedal on exit, letting the traction control sort it out. There you go. This car, okay, this car's a nice balance of like power and settledness and controllability, and maybe also I'm getting back into actually learning that. I'm learning the track again, and maybe the problem with the Porsche was that I didn't have any assists on. Maybe we can manage an actual lap. Who knows? Yeah, it feels like Assetto Corsa. It feels like a competent simulation game, which you would absolutely expect from Kunos, from the people who made Assetto Corsa, and you know they've kept the other two Assetto Corsa games going so well over so many years that I have complete faith that they can actually pull this off as well. You know, if they can't, it'll be hugely disappointing, but well, this wasn't a terribly expensive game either. For what it was, when I saw the price, I was like, oh, that's easy. I'll just get that. Because, again, it's Kunos. I trust them to deliver something good. And if it's, you know, not totally polished right out of the box, well, again, it's early access. That's what you know you're getting with early access. But I am seeing a lot of people very disappointed and very angry in the forums, the Steam forums and so on, which you can expect. With a game this hype that's coming out in early access, people are going to feel entitled. They're going to get very, very cranky. And And that's one of the problems with the market system is money is literally an entitlement, and entitlement is one of the most toxic possible traits. So why don't we just codify that and make it the basis for our entire society? Great idea, guys. Yeah, that was nice. Didn't go bouncing over the curb that time. Okay, yeah, now this car's well behaved actually, which, you know, for an American muscle car. This is a BMW. I completely forgot that I didn't choose the Camaro. This is the kind of weight you should give to my opinions, okay? Quite impressive. Yeah, so I'm getting my driving muscle memory back and so on. Did we actually get... Oh, 144. There we go. We got a time on the board. Let's do another one. This car is actually fun to drive. Whoop. But, so let's find a different track. Let's do brand hatch GP. I'm a big fan of the Lotus. Let's grab a Lotus. Why not? I'll tell you why not. No reason. And you know what? We also haven't done yet. Let's do some rain. Let's go out in the rain, just see what it's like. I have absolutely no idea if there's anything to do with like tire setup or anything like that, or if it's going to be automatic. I have no idea. I assume you make that choice. So vehicle setup. There's doesn't seem to be any mention anywhere. Fuel and strategy, road, supercar, hypercar. So that's just like softness of compound. I'm going to assume that they've given me appropriate tires. I have no idea. Let's go drive. Yep, that's sequential as you'd expect. Do I need a windshield wiper button? I think I might. Hang on. I say hang on. I'll just edit it out. It's Arduino Micro. These are my... That's my wheel, and these are my two button boxes. That one's on my wheel faceplate, and this one handles my pedals and my shifter and everything. Light stage, hazard lights, retractable headlights. I don't know what all these things are for. Cockpit light cycle, 1 and 2. Cockpit light stage, 1 through 10. Special light cycle and stage, 1 through 10. Who has these buttons? I think we'll do... All right, that'll be our wiper button. Okay, who has 10 stages of wiper speeds? I don't understand. That's fast wipers, medium, slow, intermittent, and I guess slower intermittent, and then off. I don't know. I do understand now why you would want to like be able to select a stage immediately. Okay, that's pretty sweet though. I do like that fluid simulation. That's pretty cool. Height down, distance forward. All right, we've got on medium. Cool. Wait. Oh, it's auto clutch. Oh, that's a bumpy pit lane exit. Alrighty. So Brands hatch in the wet in a Lotus. I think we probably have traction control, but I don't know. We don't have like traction control assist, like artificial assist, but I assume that whatever's in the car. Ooh, nice little drift there. That was easy to catch. I had really good feedback from the wheel there. I am a little bit concerned about the online-only stuff, by the way. I will mention that. Yeah, like that problem with you know, the always online stuff, like with it, where they like to create an economy and then like make things artificially scarce so that you'd be more incentivized to spend money. I can see how they would be tempted to do that with this. Like, if some bean counter had a look at the numbers on this game and like the legacy of this game was like, oh, we can cash in on that. I really hope they don't do that. But time will tell. You know, they have my money for now, and I'm pretty sure they're going to keep it. And if they start doing like, you know, microtransaction-y bullshit, then they won't get any more of my money from that, I don't think. Okay, so we slow right down. Actually hit that apex. Ooh, the car is a little bit skatey. It's a little bit twitchy, and not twitchy, it's just a little bit nervous in this wet. I don't feel very confident in it. There's the apex. Yeah, that is a tricky corner, that one. Okay. Yeah, I mean the water effects look amazing. I don't know if I meant to be following like a wet line or anything on this. I have no idea if that's a thing in this sim. Yeah, other than those like like potential issues with them going into like MMO kind of bullshit, which I hope they don't do. No surprises. Game works. Game is like the sim is very good. The steering works just fine. I have an obscure wheel and it worked pretty much out of the box. You do have to like start the game and notice that there's a problem with your wheel and then restart the whole computer and then it works. But you know, other than that, not such a big deal. Ooh. Yeah, other than that, not such a big deal. The steering wheels work. Anyway. Okay, I'm not enjoying this wet driving. Let's go back into the dry and let's try a different car and a different track. Okay, so Imola or Suzuka. I don't know anything about Suzuka. So we'll drive it. Oh, that is a nice looking car. I like that black with the red lines. Ooh. Oh, yes. That's pretty. Back. We're going to turn off the rain. Let's go to scattered clouds and start session. Game's been very stable. Like I've had no issues with it so far. It's just been rock solid. I get the sense they've got the engine working.
I will return more hydrated.
Oh no, this one actually wants you to manually operate the clutch. Ooh. Oh, feel that one go. Okay. Don't really know this circuit very well, but this car feels good. Like I feel like it feels like it's really well behaved. Oh, hang on. Suzuka, I think I do know this one. I think I had a lot of trouble with one of the career races on the original Assetto Corsa with this track. In a Ferrari, I think. Oh, lots of flowing corners. No idea what's coming up next. Completely blind reading of the track. Yep, I know that was an off track. But it's an outlap, so I'm not too worried about it. But like the sim is doing a really good job of informing me of what's going on. Yeah, no. On the brakes very early, well before the 100-meter mark. That actually felt alright. Whoops. Okay. Another off track. You can hear the stuff on the wheels hitting the undercarriage. It's actually really pronounced. Listen to that debris. It sounds great. Like that's actually something about the sound design that I really noticed. Like that was really, really clear. That sound. It's a very complex kind of sound. It's not just like a bit of rattling. You can like hear the difference between like gravel and dirt being flung up. It's actually really nice. I think this car is set up very understeery. So it's being very forgiving in that respect, as long as I'm not pushing it too hard. You overcook a corner in an understeery car and you'll tend to just wash out and hit the wall, which is something I've been sort of doing. Yeah, the car feels great. I really feel like I'm connected to the car. And again, absolutely no surprise there. It's a Assetto Corsa. And I think if you got this game and the whole point of getting this game was to buy a game that you wanted to play right now and have an amazing time with and have something that's like better than Assetto Corsa, that's not what this is. You want the best driving simulation experience you can get right now, in a really like proper serious sim. I think Assetto Corsa is probably your best bet. I haven't actually tried the new tire models and so on Automobilista 2. I hear they've improved them quite a lot, but that's not what this is. This is a very competent, and I think in some ways slightly upgraded version of Assetto Corsa, with more on the way. Like, if you bought this game, it was probably because, like, I would hope it's because you know you're going to buy Assetto Corsa EVO eventually, and you wanted the early access discount, and you wanted to have a look at how things come along and you know, follow the development. That's what I wanted to do. So I paid for the early access version. And I'm not disappointed. This is a fantastic sim. Yeah, and I've turned off all camera motion. Like, the camera is bolted to the car. That's how I prefer to drive my sims when they're in pancake mode, just because it gives you the most information in my experience. And I don't mind the camera shaking a little bit, but it gives you the most information about when the car's going over a bump. See if we can go flat through here. We cannot go flat through here. I don't know. I'm always conscious of, like, resafe joinly and so on, but, like, I don't know. I can't look out my windows in this car. I can't have that kind of awareness. Actually, let's do a race against AI. That'll suck. Let's do it. So, let's try... Well, we've done all of them. MX-5. It's fast-ish. It feels good. And it's, you know, yeah, it's easy to drive. So let's just do it. Let's go blah, blah, blah. Quick race. 10 laps. Grid starting position is going to be at the back. Do I think I will survive 10 laps? I have no idea. I'm going to bring that down. Although, if I'm going to bring it down to 6 laps, maybe I'll bring myself up to 6th position. Single make is on. Apply, back. Let's go. We'll see. Opponent skill 90%. We'll see if they wipe the floor with me or not. Usually 90% is... That's okay, but it's like... It's middle of the pack. And I find 100% is usually like a bit too hard for me. But like 95, 96%, that's okay. I can usually do that. Well, no one got a very good start compared to me. Fucking pitted in turn 1. Let's restart. That's really disappointing. Thanks for that, AI. Maybe I did slow down a fair bit. Oh, I do have a radar UI thing. Alrighty. That guy's just absolutely had me. Sorry if I'm being a menace, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what the line is through that corner. But I have not let them catch up to me, so I'm doing something somewhat right. That's a bit annoying. When you take everyone on like turn 1, like, there's not much of a like wheel-to-wheel racing at that point. But there is the pressure of, like, don't screw up, because then they'll have you. So, there you go. Now I've got an eye on my rearview mirror. I haven't even figured out what gear I should be in these corners yet. Yeah, okay. They've done it again. I think racing against these people might be completely unviable right now. Yeah, so that's Assetto Corsa EVO. As you can tell, I'm an expert driver. Yeah. Did my electronics turn off? Okay, I think I've destroyed the engine. Cool. Cool story. Yeah, this is Assetto Corsa EVO. Perfectly competent sim. It's what you'd expect. I don't know if they're like about the other features. They mentioned that there was like an economy in game already and so on. I haven't seen any of that because I'm completely offline. So I guess that must be an online feature. I really hope that they don't sort of lock a bunch of stuff into online only so that you're forced to engage with the economy and then maybe forced to make a bunch of microtransactions. That would suck. I would not be giving them my money over that, but I'd be giving my money for the base game because, that they have earned a bit of trust over the many, many years of doing Assetto Corsa. But yeah, lower your expectations. This is a real bare bones thing right now. If you're looking for a good sim to drive in and really sink your teeth into, spend your money on Assetto Corsa. That there's just so much content for that game now. It's a bit ridiculous. If you're wondering what's happening to the Satisfactory video they've been talking about with the Hypertube launches and everything like that, that's coming. I figured out the problem. It was kicking my ass, and I figured out the problem is that I was trying to turn it into a tutorial video, and it's not a tutorial video. It is just basically a documentation of a bug. That's really what it is. It's a bug that I fully expect to get patched. It is really janky. It's the kind of thing that, like, the developers are going to look at that and they're going to go, yeah, that shouldn't be like that. Point being, there is stuff coming on that, but it is... yeah, I've changed my approach, and so now I think I know how to make that video. And I think it's going to happen soon, so, just fingers crossed for that one. Now, we're going to do a proper lap, and hopefully I won't bin it. That was way too early braking. That's fine. Nearly lost it just there, but we didn't, so it's fine. I don't know if you're really meant to wait till it's actually redlining to do the shift there. Now we can brake way later than we feel like we can now. Little lift there to stop the back end from going out. I don't know if there are any off tracks in this area. Let me go straight. Brake towards the outer wall there. Feels very strange. Now there will be a little lift just in here. Okay, I think maybe I could do that without lifting if I found exactly the right line. Woof. Lost a bit of traction there over the rise. Coming in. Oh, that's not the corner. Okay, never mind. We're still hanging on to it. Cool. Okay, so we're just going to coast through here, brake down to third here, a little bit more braking through here, and then proper brake into second here, and then we power out. And now here, we can power through here, hug the left, lift a little bit on the corner there, and then brake into second down here. And try to get as much power on the way out as possible. And now we have the back straight. We can just sit back and listen to the revs climb. Now, just here to get the most open corner possible, we're just going to stick a wheel out here and then come in here. Ooh, that was probably a bit much. Whoa, okay, yeah, that. So the braking point there was about 110, it seems. That worked okay. We'll come back out. Yeah, this feels great. Like, the feedback that I'm getting from this sim is really fantastic. This reminds me of driving Assetto Corsa. Because of course it does, because it is. It tastes exactly like an Oreo. Because it is one. What was that? 235. So that was, I think, better than we got before. Actually, I was just under half a second slower, so at least I'm consistent. I think I'll leave it there, and we'll just... So that's not really a review, just my opinions. And that's all there is to it. Go forth and rail the way, as they say. No one says that, I say that. Goodbye.